Alkali Ike. Was this the Virginia City miner that requested Jacob Davis make a pair of pants where the pockets don't rip? Methinks not. But it's still a fascinating story and a core element of the 501 saga. Who was Alkali Ike? Let's look at the historical evidence in chronological order. 1858, a song, Betsy from Pike. We have the lines, "The alkali desert was burning and bare, and Isaac's soul shrank from the death that lurked there." Ike, being the diminutive for Isaac, is used throughout the rest of the song. But we still don't have that Alkali Ike moniker yet. 1909. Character at a Wild West show in Alaska. 1912. Banjo playing Augustus Carney silent films. There's a hit song, the Alkali Ike Rag. There's even an episode called Alkali Ike's Pants. This circa 1911 photo of a drunkard named Alkali Ike from Deadwood, North Dakota. He was never a character on the TV show, but he does have a tour company in the real Deadwood town named after him. There are Alkali Ike comic books, this one from the 19-teens, and then in the 1940s, this one. It takes place in Texas, and he is a gold miner. He doesn't enter the Levi story until the 1960s, when he's featured as a character in the comic novel about Mr. Strauss in blue jeans. There are so many other historical errors in this that it's all suspect. 1970s, the first blue jeans ad. We can see Alkali Ike as the first miner Jacob Davis made the riveted pants for, but that's it. We never hear about Alkali Ike once there is a Levi's historian. The story of the wife whose husband needed stronger pants and he was too sick or busy to come get measured has been more canonical and also used within the 150th with the blessing of Levi's historian Tracy Panic. Let's do the math. We see a picture of a man in his 60s or 70s in 1911 in South Dakota named Alkali Ike. He would have been in his 20s or 30s in 1870. He could have been married by that age and been a miner in Nevada. He could have moved to Texas and then to South Dakota over the decades and ended up as a drunk who also inspired a guitar-playing Wild West show character for stage and film. This would make him the Forrest Gump of the Old West. Were there just several dudes with the same moniker just rolling around? What do I make of Alkali Ike? I think he's one of those semi-legendary characters. The nickname Alkali Ike was probably attributed to many mining folks with the first name Isaac. The story of a few of them got mixed around over a couple decades into a stage character. The subsequent film increased the popularity, and from there, it entered the social consciousness. Not being as famous as, say, his stage fellow Wild Bill or Annie Oakley, he was relegated to mysterious circumstances and free to take the placeholder of any other Old West story. Then, the Levi story needed a miner. On the first the author could grab was good old Alkali Ike. I think both Ike's story and the wife who went to see Jacob Davis are both stories that should be taken with a grain of salt. We really don't have enough records. And perhaps the master tailor that was Jacob Davis just figured out the rivet on his own between customers. It doesn't really matter. We have the results and we have a story. Sometimes you have to choose your own adventure in history. Since doing my episode on the Alkali Ike story in the 1870s Duck episode, it should have gone in that episode, but it went in the 1889 Spring Bottoms episode, which there's very few views. Levi's historian Tracy Panic has written an article where she takes the evidence back from the 1950s comic to 1926, and Alkali Ike appears in a Levi's catalog. Could Milton Grunbaum or Walter Haas Sr. be responsible for the Alkali Ike advertising creation? Well, the reason we know that there was a letter is not from the Davis family saying that they have it locked up somewhere, but because of the 1879 litigation papers, when Levi's was suing those for patent infringement. Honestly, these court statements are the only interview known to exist with Jacob Davis. And yet, Tracy agrees that Alkali Ike is just malarkey. She draws a cool reference to a Red Buttons sketch where Mr. Strauss is selling his special pants, and it is branded as a true story. Give the article a read or give my episode a watch. I'm Dan. Thanks for watching. Love your jeans.